Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum to Madam Rukaya. So today, my name is Nabila Izzati binti Jumadil. Today I will be presenting my case study on students' motivation in learning in primary school. So first, this is my objectives of the study. The first one is to analyze how different teaching methods and classroom environments impact student motivational levels. The next one is to evaluate the effects of educational technology and digital resources on students' engagement and interest in learning. Next, this is my literature review. Constructivist learning theory, which emphasizes that learners actively construct their own knowledge rather than passively receiving information. It highlights the importance of knowledge in the learning process and the role of social interactions in learning. Self determination theory, STD, which focuses on human motivation and personality, emphasizing the role in intrinsic and extrinsic motivations in driving behavior. The third one, culturally responsive teaching (CRT), is defined as a student-centered approach that incorporates student culture strengths into the learning process. It aims to facilitate academic success by acknowledging how culture influence students' experience and perspectives in the classroom. And finally, what is constructive in education? So basically, this article provides an overview of constructivism, detailing its principles and practical application to educational settings. So this is my methodology, which my research I approached this by using a qualitative method of in-depth interviews. This is because it is easier to provide an understanding of the teacher's perspective and experiences. For the participant selection, um, purposely sampling was employed to choose my candidates. The first one is a Bahasa Melayu and history teacher. The second one is an English teacher. For my data collection, I gathered to a one-on-one interview. It was conducted via Google Meet, which lasts around 15 to 30 minutes. The participants were also given a consent form before the interview, and the interviews were recorded and transcribed for the analysis. So this is my interview questions. As you can see, I decided to ask 10 questions to my candidates. So these are my findings, data analysis and discussion. So basically, the two teachers has their similarities and their differences. For the similarities, both educators agree on the critical importance of motivation in students' learning and academic success. They also prioritize in creating an engaging classroom environment. And each teacher has observed the limitations of traditional teaching methods. As you can see, both of them basically similarly said that um, traditional methods bore the students. As for their differences, for the teaching context, A significant difference lies in their teaching environments. As for Chegu Nasiruddin, teaches in a more urban setting with a diverse student population, while Madam Dayang is in a remote school with a small number of students, just 73 students in total. This context influenced their teaching methods and classroom dynamics. As for the use of technology, Cegu Nasiruddin integrates various digital tools like online quizzes and collaborating platforms into his lessons, and enhancing interaction and feedback. In contrast, Madam Dayang, in the other hand, highlights in the recent introduction of consistent internet access through Starlink, which has allowed her to modernize her teaching approach significantly. This access has transformed her school into an educational hub for the local community. For the classroom environment focus, while both teachers emphasize the importance of a supportive emotional environment, um, Madam Dayang places greater emphasis on inclusivity due to her diverse cultural um, backgrounds of her students. She actively fosters on environment that celebrates uniqueness among students, which is crucially given the linguistic challenges they face in learning English. So these are my main findings. So both teachers utilize interactive and student-centered teaching methods. Um, Chigu Nasiruddin employs a project-based learning and collaborating activities to engage students, while Madam Dayang focuses on cooperative learning and interactive teaching methods tailored to her unique classroom context. Oh, I'm so sorry. The classroom environments described by both educators emphasize inclusivity and support. Um, Chego Nasiruddin creates a dynamic, student centered atmosphere that encourages participation and open communication. In contrast, Madam Dayang highlights the importance of fostering an inclusive environment that celebrates the diverse backgrounds of her indigenous students, making them feel valued and respected. Both educators recognize that motivation is crucial for student engagement and academic success. Um, Cheikh Nasruddin emphasizes that motivated students that take ownership of their learning leads to better outcomes. Similarly, Madam Dayang notes that motivational is essential for students learning English, particularly in a context where it is not their primarily language. Both teachers observed significant differences in student motivation when comparing traditional teaching methods to more interactive approaches. Sheikh Nasruddin finds that traditional lectures can lead to passive learning, whereas interactive methods foster greater engagement. Madam Dayang said that, noting that her experience over 2 decades has shown a shift from traditional talk and chalk methods to more engaging digital and interactive strategies.
In my class,
So this is my
I
first
primarily use a
first
blend of
participant.
project-based learning and collaborative activities. I believe that students learn best when they can apply what they've learned in a real-world context. So I often design activities that allow them to work in groups and problem solving together. Sometimes I also incorporate a lot of multimedia content like seeing videos, photos, and any interactive what we call as web wall quizzes to keep just to get the student keep engaged with the lesson. In my class, I primarily use a blend of project based.
This
First
is
of all,
my
we have to
second
understand
interviewee.
about my school, a little background check about my school. So I'm teaching in Inferior 3 o Pedalaman 3 Sekolah, which is located in a very secluded island, Bangi Island, in Kudat Sabah. So we have, actually, my school is under enrolled school. First of all, we have to understand about my school a
So,
little.
to conclude my case study, it reveals significant findings about both teachers' teaching styles, as Cik Nasruddin and Madam Dayang's instructional strategies and classroom settings may be drawn from their interviews. Both of them emphasize the value of interactive, student centered teaching strategies to increase participation. As Madam Dayang uses cooperative learning that is adapted to particular in her rural school, while Cikgu Nasruddin uses project based learning and group projects. As for recommendation, I believe that schools should offer professional development opportunities for them to investigate various approaches. This method not only helps the student grasp the subject matter more deeply, but it also motivates them to take charge of their education. Teachers can also support students' freedom of expression and active participation in their educational by fostering emotional safety, which is especially crucial in classrooms with a varied student body and a range of cultural backgrounds. And finally, schools should make investments in dependable internet connectivity with give instructors the tools they need to creatively integrate technology into their curriculum. With that said, that is the end of my presentation. I hope Madam is um, satisfied with my presentation. Thank you.